नमस्कार शरणु शरणार्थी. Oh, it's very nice that Ravi ji. So nice that we had a very good discussion on very recent past. It's very nice that you studied physics. The very powerful subject in the future coming this century. It would be very important, especially in understanding the cosmic mysteries and cosmic energies at least. Of course, we have a varied kinds of subject. Astrophysics is there, nuclear physics is there. Very kind. Of course, this is what we usually understand. This Ishtlinga or whatever. However, I love to call this as a Drishtilinga also. It as compared to the word called see this Ishtalinga, or it has a physics, it has a chemistry, and it has a biology, of course. This is a combination of entire science. Right now we are living in the this is the high time of science and technology. Already our ancient seers and saints have already been in the path of yoga, in yogic culture, that yantra, mantra, tantra. Yantra, mantra, tantra, this all has been well understood, thousands of years back. It's not only the present sense where the technology has been much understood or much proved and practiced as we are got connected through this Android mobile, as this several of the satellites have been launched and we are taking the useful advantage of the satellites. This is part of very fraction of the entire the future shocks. Future shocks are yet to come. Future shocks are yet to be witnessed. This is just the beginning. Very miniature curve. Very small beginning we are witnessing. Oh, namaskar, Guru Mahendra avare, Sharanarthi. Yenu ನಾವು ನೀವು ಈಗ ಈ ಅನುಭವವನ್ನ, ಈ ಆಧುನಿಕ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ತಂತ್ರಜ್ಞಾನದ ಅನುಭವವನ್ನ ನಾವು ನೀವು ಏನು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಇದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್. ಇದು ಈಗಷ್ಟೇ ಆರಂಭವಾಗಿದೆ. ಮುಂದಿದೆ ಮಜಾ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ 50 years I think greatest change would come. Of course, already this artificial intelligence, that's what has been well proved now. It has been proved now. So the mystery of the cosmos is not possible to explore. It's not possible to explore. It may, it is beyond the human conceptions. It is beyond the human conceptions to disclose the entire mysteries of the secrecies of the cosmos. It is not just possible. It is just impossible. Until and unless, that's what we know the, if we know the self, this bioenergy, this life energy, which is the reason for all these developments since the human civilization, till we understand this bioenergy, this life energy, until and unless we understand ourselves, there is no meaning for looking outward. That's what all the seers, saints, all the seers, saints, all the yogis, Mahayogis, Shiva yogis, Sharanas, Sant Maharaj, whoever, they all have requested, suggested, advised to look into this body, look into the body, look into this entire energy system, so that Basveshwara given this technology, this is a better to be called as a technology rather than restricting it to any kind of religion as such. I don't like this technology to be related to any kind of religion as such. No, this is a technology to be undertaken, to be experimented by every Tom, Dick, Harry of any religion, of all the religion. For example, let us say that this is meant for the entire human religion, human civilization, not to any Indian or any foreigner, any Islam or Christian or anybody, whoever, anybody is interested, he can undertake this experiment called Drishti Yoga. This to be holded in this left hand, like this, to hold it for half an hour or more than half an hour. Hand keeps paining sometimes. So this is what Drishti Yoga. That's what Shranas have called it as a Drishti Yoga. Rather than ಇದು ಯಾವುದು ಧರ್ಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧನೇ ಇಲ್ದಂಗೆನೆ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ಯಾರು ಲಿಂಗ ಕಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಲಿಂಗಾಯತರು ಅಂತಂದ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ the mystery behind this technology is to know the mystery of this bioenergy rather than ಇದನ್ನ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಧರ್ಮಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಲಿಸೋದು ಏನಿಲ್ಲ. Of course, it is to be studied as a part of technology. It's a pure technology because it has a moonstone. See, silicon. Now, if the modern technology is being run on silicon is giving us the mystery of the modern communication, telecommunications. This is the way where information technology is being revolutionized. It's a part of silicon circuit. That's what, if the modern technology is a result of silicon, then you can think of that how Basveshwara has added this greatest silica oxide, silica in this Ishtalinga. He added moonstone, quartzite, the very high powerful quartzite. He added in this moonstone. That's called in Kannada, it's a Chandrakanta Shile. He added it, moonstone, the quartzite. It's a semiconductor. Hope Ravi Birajdar, you know that semiconductor, how it works. This is the part of that is can be it's can called as a hardest element among all these 114 or 116 elements are in the periodic table. There are 189. I don't know how Birajdar Ravi, how many elements are there in the periodic table right now? Periodic table. I think there are around 115 or 16. I don't know. I'm not sure. Out of all these 116 elements, 118 elements. See, silicon is a very peculiar element. Silica. So, Basveshwara added silicon in 12th century, and we are now witnessing the mystery of the silicon in the present era. And he added mercury, the part of mercury, and he added magnet, chumbak, kantashile. See, this is how this is to be called as a technology rather than. And he added resin of certain plants. Ayurveda is the greatest reality. Now it has been well proved. The molecular level of the Ayurveda can be conceived in allopathy also. The modern medicines, the very purified form of every Ayurveda has been well taken up in the allopathy. This is the fact. So the purified form of resin of certain plants, where Basveshwara had taken up this Rada, the resin of pine, the pine tree which grows there in the Himalaya. Maybe there are chances of getting these pine system, the geomorphology of the Basavakal land here around, maybe the undulation of the morphology. I am sure that there are the chances of getting the pine in Basavakal land, maybe those days, or else in the parts of our surrounding areas. And the Rumamastuki, of course, we even today also we get Anjan. Anjan is being used as the greatest powerful thing in the some of the unwanted what we call it as a black magic. Anjan has been well proved. It's a there are several parts of Anjan also. There are several varieties of Anjan, and Basaveshwara added Anjan here, and he added wax, of course, certain, and he added what I suppose to call the oil of the semicarpus, marking nut, semicarpus. As a biology student, we studied leave the biology as a layman of the Western Ghats, because I love roaming the Western Ghats. We do find a marking nut. It is black in color. It's called Ker Bija in Kannada, or else in Marathi it's called as a Bibbe. It is used for, usually in the rural people, it is to be used for ousting the drishti tegitare antare makkಳದು. So it is usually a bad eyesight if it gets impacted on a children or something. It is being used to remove the bad eyesight of some certain human beings. So the marking nut oil, it usually boils at 200 degrees centigrade, at least 150 200 degrees centigrade, and it is a pure carbon, the marking nut oil. So this marking nut oil, it's also called as been bhallataka. So bhallataka is also been added here. It usually enhances the aging. It enhances the aging. It helps, of course. The formula behind this aging, enhancing the aging is, I'm not studied much, of course, but bhallataka, it usually enhances the aging. Thereafter, he uses a pure carbon of ghee. ತುಪ್ಪದ ಕಂತಿ ಕಟ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ತುಪ್ಪದ ಕಂತಿ, ತುಪ್ಪ. So ghee is a very purest form of carbon. So this ghee is also been used. Ghee is a very powerful energy food. So ghee is a very pure carbon. So this black, there are two realities in the universe, that is black and light, of course, dark and light, day and light. Day and light. These are the two mysteries on which we are living. Day and night. Day and night are the two realities in which, in the whirlpool of this day and night, we are living. We all are living. This is what the biological rhythm, biological cycle is been well adapted, well adjusted according to the day and night. This is how we call it as a technology. Ravi Birajdar, we should call this as a technology rather than calling it, relating it to any kind of religion. This is a very purest technology. It is also called as Drishti Yoga. Drishti Yoga. Drishti Yoga. Why? Because our eyesight is a very powerful energy. Because this is the only way to the spirit. Eyes are the windows to the spirit. Eyes are the windows to the spirit. That's what, if somebody looks at someone with a bad intention, it impacts. That's what it is well proved here in India. In black magic and several aspects, varied kinds of things also all over the world we do find. It's not the only in India that we do find black magic. Here in outside also in there are several kinds of varied kinds of such knowledges are there, everywhere, all over the world. So I lived my childhood with the Hatha Yogis, Navnath Siddhas in the forest of the Western Ghats of Karnataka, Maharashtra and Goa, where I am very lucky, and I am very lucky to be born in the very divine place, very sanctorium called Ulavi, where the nephew of Lord Basaveshwara took the ultimate samadhi. He lives, get out of this body. Ulavi, the greatest land, and now I feel that although I brought up in the vicinity of the Ulavi for more than 3 decades, and even today I keep going every month or whenever I get time, I just go to the Ulavi forest and just get into the sadhana, or else but I keep just observing the forest. That's what, there is the ultimate urgent need to get into these experiments. My young friends, ನಾನದೇ ನನ್ನ ಗೆಳೆಯರಿಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಭಿನ್ನಹ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ವಿನಂತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೇನೆಂದರೆ, ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆದಷ್ಟು ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯೋಗದೊಳಗೆ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲ ತೊಡಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. It is a must. It's a must. And of course, along with this Drishti Yoga, one should chant Om Namah Shivaya. That has been Mahamantra which has been proved here in Bharat since lakhs of years. I call this as a Sanatan Bharat. I don't know why Sanatan has been mistaken. ಈ ಸನಾತನ ಭಾರತ ಅನ್ನೋ ಶಬ್ದವನ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ವೆದರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಿನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿರುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ದೆನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಟುಡೇ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಈ ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಏನು ಹರಿತಾ ಇದೆ ಈ ಪ್ರವಾಹ, ಇದಕ್ಕೇನೆ ಸನಾತನ ಅಂತ ಅಂತಾರೆ ನನ್ನ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ ಒಳಗೆ, ನಾನು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿದ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಒಳಗೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾವ್ಯಾರೋ ಲೆಫ್ಟಿಸ್ಟ್ಗಳು ಏನೇನೋ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಶಿವಯೋಗ ಬೆಟರ್. ಶಿವಯೋಗವನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಾದ್ರೆ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಎನಿ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಎನಿ ನೇಮ್. ಭಾರತ ಒಂದು ವಿಚಿತ್ರ ದೇಶ. ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಸಹ ಪ್ರಯೋಗಗಳೇ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹ ಪ್ರಯೋಗಿಗಳೇ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳೇ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಹ ತಮ್ಮ ಶೋಧನೆ ಒಳಗೆ ತೊಡಸ್ಕೊಂಡವರು. Everybody is a scientist here. Everybody wants to know the mystery of the self. But there are ways, of course. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೂರಾರು ದಾರಿಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ, ನೂರಾರು ಪದ್ಧತಿಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಸೊ ನನ್ನದೇ ಸತ್ಯ, ನನ್ನದೇ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಟು ಮಹಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ, ದರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಯೋಗ. ಸಂತ ಜ್ಞಾನದೇವ್ ತುಕಾರಾಮ್. So there are so many mysteries are here. So kind of you. Thank you.